just a month after Apple held their biggest event in 2021, introducing the iPhone 13 series. This week, Apple introduced something that everyone expected, but might have a hard time believing it. The main star of the show is the new Apple Silicon, the M1 Pro and the M1 Max, paired with the all-new redesigned but familiar MacBook Pro. But before that, Apple also introduced the third generation of AirPods, featuring AirPods Pro-like design without the in-ear silicone tips and noise cancellation. For someone like me that dislike the feeling of getting the ear tips inside your ears and much prefer the feeling of a normal AirPod just sitting on my ear, this AirPods 3 is the best of both worlds. Looking at its specification and comparison side by side through Apple website, the main feature that you'll be missing out is the active noise cancellation. You even got an extra 1.5 hour listening time on one charge and 6 more hours with the charging case compared to the Pro model. This is a win for me, if I say so myself. But there might be a dilemma for someone presented with a choice of either choosing AirPods 3 or the discounted AirPods Pro without the magnetic charging case. In my country, the old AirPods Pro get a discount to 899 ringgit, which is just 17 ringgit more than AirPods 3. The difference in price is so minimum that the decision will ultimately land on either you want a noise cancellation or not. Oops, we get sidetracked with the wonderful AirPods 3. But now let's move our attention to the M1 family and MacBook Pro. The announcement of the M1 Pro is within my expectation, as the M1 X has been rumors for a long time. But the M1 Max is something I expected, but definitely welcome. The performance improved shown by Apple during the presentation is huge, and if you believe everything they've shown, you might get an impression that Intel and AMD is in a big trouble. And I don't think you are too far-fetched from the truth. The world might doubt Apple performance improvement chart when they first show off their original M1 chip to the world. Many tech reviewers, especially for those who prefer PC over Mac, doubt the M1 performance is that significant. But with time and testing, the M1 really live up to the hype. Even some apps that run through Rosetta 2 run better when using M1 Mac than a Windows laptop. And don't get me started in the battery department. The M1 runs like a champ. So do I expect similar or better battery life in the M1 Pro and M1 Max? In a recent League Metal benchmark for M1 Max, it is expected to perform 3 times faster than the baseline M1. I am not so much of a Pro person, but my expectation is high. Now, let's look at the newly designed MacBook Pro. My first impression of this MacBook Pro is that it's so familiar to the white MacBook that I used to own. It moved from a square, sharp edges design to a more rounded curved body. Since it does not taper off like the 13-inch version, it feels a bit thicker. But according to the tech specification, it actually is 0.01 cm less than the 13-inch version. Color me impressed. Looking around the body of this new MacBook Pro, it is now definitely worth calling a Pro laptop. It has a built-in HDMI port, a SDXC card slot that supports up to 250 MB per second, 3 Thunderbolt 4 port, and a beautiful MagSafe that supports fast charging, up to 50% in 30 minutes of charging. Opening the laptop itself, you are greeted with a notch. Yes, you are not escaping the notch even in your MacBook. But in all seriousness, Apple did place a better 1080p camera and sensor for better low light performance. And this notch is starting to become Apple trademark. That every time you see a product with a notch, you know it's an Apple product. Smart move, Apple. But I do hope my next iPhone is a notchless iPhone. This is significantly improved over the last MacBook Pro with a significantly faster processor, mini LED XDR display, ProMotion, better battery life, and speaker. Apple finally listened to the actual Pro user and give them what they want for a year. I will spare you guys from no detailed specification, as it is easily found in the Apple website. Instead, I would like to share my thought on these 2 new MacBook Pro. With the introduction of these 2 new MacBook, the line between each MacBook become much clearer, and it's also reflect in the price. Each model is separated with at least 500 ringgit price in difference, and the processor itself separate themselves in a much clearer way. The 14-inch and 16-inch version is specifically catered for actual Pro user with an M1 Pro and Max, performance where Pro user actually need it. Paired with a more color accurate display will let creative professionals do what they do best. But don't let all this announcement discourage you from getting the 13-inch version, as the M1 is still more than capable in doing your everyday tasks. If you want a laptop for media consumption, office suite, or even 4K video editing using Final Cut Pro, the M1 is more than capable. That being said, you do you. If you have a lot of spare cash, you can spend wherever you like. So back to the main topic of this video. With the introduction of this MacBook Pro with M1 Pro and Max, the gap between Windows PC and Mac has widened significantly. Casual and creative professional users will not have any reason to get a Windows laptop running Intel or AMD chip if the software they're using is supported by a Mac. And yeah, about the price. The baseline 14-inch MacBook Pro costs $2,000 and a similarly spec Razer 14 costs around $18. But the MacBook Pro do have a better cooling, battery life, and screen. So the price of the MacBook Pro is not as ridiculous as others lead you to believe. And that's it. Thanks for watching. Ciao!